What is going on, everybody? Yesterday, the CPI data came in and it looked really good. So, what then happened to Bitcoin, you might ask? It immediately dumped, and it dumped down in a gigantic way, going from, I want to say, about 36,400 to 34,500 in the course of, I think it was 15 minutes. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been 5 minutes. It was just a massive dump all at once, wrecking so many long positions and just destroying basically what the momentum that was going on for crypto. Or did it? What ended up happening was not what you would have expected. And I'm going to show you what happened on the chart, but the important part was you got tricked, you got suckered, you got hooked again by derivatives traders, and they're just having these violent little shakeouts. Now, if you're a spot trader, this doesn't matter to you. Price go up, price go down. But if you're a derivatives trader, that's the reason that you're having these wild swings. So what we got yesterday was this right here. We beat expectations and we beat expectations, okay, month over month, year over year, which is a great sign because the Fed, and this is important, the Fed, they stopped rate hikes. So even stopping the rate hikes, month over month and year over year continued to come down. So that would indicate to me that the market is healing itself. Nature heals itself. So we're in a great position, or at least that's what it looks like. So then why was there a gigantic dump? What caused this to happen? Well, that was basically the market dumping on itself. And the question would be, well, why would they do that? What do they stand to gain? Well, the answer to that is right here on the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. If you look over here, you'll see incredible changes. The Dow Jones was up 489 points on the day, 1.5%. The SPY was up 2% on the day, and NASDAQ at one point up 2.5%, ended up closed over 2%. Now, why does that matter? Well, that was speculative assets coming out of Bitcoin. Was it a mistake for them to do that? Probably, but nonetheless, that is what happened. And all of that capital, all of that money that was in Bitcoin ended up going to the Dow Jones, ended up going to the NASDAQ. Now, what happens, and what do I always tell you happens after these drunken moments when we have these mass flash crashes? Well, then the cooler heads prevail and everybody sobers up the next day. And then we start to get a little bit of a rip. So then what happened? Well, overnight, we added $30 billion in market capital, calming all the way up. And guys, it's beautiful. The chart played out beautifully. We came from this long-term trend line. And to give you an idea of what that looks like, this is a long-term trend line. It's been playing out since the beginning of the year, indicative of exactly where we are and what's going on. We're fighting our way on this line. You know, again, big red candle for the day. Nice come down happening in the last few days, but finding support again at this line. Now, when we broke down over here, I really thought that, you know, my thesis here was going to be over, but look at this. This is right back into the channel. It did take a few months, but it came right back into the channel. This is the play. This is the move right here. And then what happened here? Then we had the golden cross happen, and we're in a much better territory, right? So coming back down to the lower time frames, and you know what you're seeing is when you look at these lower time frames. Now, of course, you know the SMAs are lagging indicators, so you know that they're telling you everything, right? But what we got was we got a move all the way up to the 200 SMA, which means that we got another test on the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, and then we got a rejection off of it. Now, the one concern that you're going to have here is that we rejected off of the 50 as well. Now, the best thing that would have happened here was, and hey, what's going on, everybody? I want to talk to you today about my newest partner, and that is Cryptonomy.finance. It's a venture capital fund, a trading organization, and a crypto credit company. You can utilize this platform as a crypto wallet, which I'm going to show you in a second, a staking platform, and a launch pool. So I'm going to make a deposit here. I've already made a deposit, by the way, and we're going to start earning. I'm going to stake a little bit of this, and this is going to be something for you guys to maybe earn yourself some yield. And the first thing that we're going to do is come over here. Now, I've already created an account. I've already done my pieces. So I'm going to here start earning. And first and foremost, you do have your wallet over here, so you can click on your wallet at any time, and you can see exactly what you have and what your holdings are. And if you're worried about small balances, you can just click on this, and it will allow you to hide your small balances right there. So you see what I have available for the moment. So, but interest accounts here, we're gonna. This is your flexible borrowing, right? This is your APY of 24% on Bitcoin, 25% on Ethereum. There's some really good and really nice APY rewards that are available to you through this project. And as I go down this list, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of different projects that you might just want to be part of here. Shiba Inu, you've got all the greats. You've got Cardano, Litecoin, Polkadot, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin. You've got BNB, you've got Tron, XRP, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic. But as you go down this list, you will find hundreds of different coins and tokens that are available. Pepe for the Pepe army, Bone Shiba Swap. So you can come over here. You can even stake your Ben tokens, and you can put these into a flexible yield account. So, let's make a deposit here. We're going to come up here. We're going to make a pop right here. And we're going to, we don't want to do it max. We want to do 0.2 right here. And then that's going to be the fixed interest rate is 52.18% more than the flexible. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to make that deposit, and we're going to boom. Now, we've made a small deposit here into this flexible interest account right now, and then we're going to work over to the fixed interest. Now, you will notice that there is a difference, by the way, in some of these cryptocurrencies versus the stables. So we're going to do the same thing over here, and we're going to make a tiny deposit here. We're going to put the rest in, and this is the question: how long you want to put it in for. 1.18%, 5.9%, 18.5, 40.5, 76. We're doing this for 90 days. Let's just take a pop right there. And your interest rate on your Bitcoin is going to be 5.9%. That's a significant amount of reward for minimal risk. We talk about that all the time. So we're going to put that in there, and we are done. And now I want to show you the launch pool. So if you haven't checked it out yet, these are the past events, and then here are your upcoming events. So if you're looking for some opportunities, looking for places to make a new investment, there are a lot of launching tokens, blockchain services, GameFi, DeFi. There's a whole lot of different things, social applications that are being launched on this launch pool. So I would encourage you guys to go check this place out and start setting up a wallet today and earn yourself some income. This is a great opportunity for you. It's not financial advice. I'm always right. And as you can see, if you're not catching on right there, we got that kind of move right there on the 50, and then this move is going on with the 200. Now, the best thing that would have happened would have been a bounce here, and then moving around here, and then coming back up here for a test, and then pushing on to regain some of that steam and some of that momentum. But look, we had a cooling off period. We had a nice cooling off period over here. You can make an argument maybe that this is a big, a long-term kind of double top. Played its way out right here, and we're having a correction. But look, the market dynamics have really changed, and if you're not recognizing that, then you're probably going to miss out on some opportunity. This wick was supported like this. Imagine this dump right here, and then imagine within an hour it got bought back to the point that we're still within our channel and our long-term trend line. Now, if you look at this, we are closing up here on this gap right here. Money flow looks like it might be coming back to the downside, and we might be correcting. We're down to 36,053. About 7 billion in capital just exited the market in the last hour or two. So, it could be that we're done with this run, but I don't think so. I think the U.S. market wakes up. They take their profits on the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ, and I think it starts to come back into Bitcoin. I think people start to look at it and say, you know what, this is the asset of the future, and that's where the money should go and would go. And I sense that this is the next play. Now, I say that knowing, by the way, that I shorted this a long time ago and ended up getting just absolutely wrecked on this because I was 100% sure. And matter of fact, my short was way up. And I went to, I lost connection. I had to go in a store to get something. I will go in the store to get something, I had a toothache. And the next thing I know, I come out and Bitcoin has ripped from, I want to say it was about 35.6 up to 37,000. And I mean, it's just while I'm in the store, it rips and liquidates me. So, but things happen, right? It did remind me, though, never doubt the power of Bitcoin, never doubt the power of this market, and never go 50x on anything. That's just ludicrous, unless you're using $100 or something like that. But so here we are. This downward trajectory, by the way, this was the downward trajectory that I was feeling yesterday, and I was feeling like, ugh, God, this is feeling gross right here. Still in play right here. You can see that right there. Now, if I'm guessing at this point, I'm going to say that we're probably going to test around here and maybe come back up here again, and we'll start to see this, and then we'll see this cooling off just a little bit because it's been ready to the 200. But then if we get just a tiny rip, then we're going to golden cross this thing back over, because you can already see the little reversal starting to kick in. We golden cross this, and then boom. Maybe we test 38,000 one more time. I get the sense, I get the feeling that 38.2 was not the end of this rally. And it's a local rally. I don't mean the long-term rally. Obviously, in the long-term rally, we're looking at $150,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin, obviously. However, in this little short-term rally, we've seen cool off, but we saw it cool off because the other market indicators are starting to pump. Now, I think that we're about to rip one more time. I don't think that we're about to dip. I think the reverse of what happened after the CPI is what generally happens in this market. And we don't talk about it enough, but I get the sense that, we're going to come up here, and I don't know if we test 38.2, but I think that that's the next spot on the menu, so to speak, that maybe we're just going to start ripping and getting our way back up here very, very quick. Remember, any day now, we could see that ETF approval. And there's going to be a lot of speculation. And November 17 is the last point for just that blanket approval. And it's very possible we can have 12 ETFs approved all at once, including Grayscale. So there is some real opportunity. There is some real sentiment in this market that the next big move is going to be that ETF approval. Now, with that being the case, a lot of this profit that was in the NASDAQ yesterday, the Dow Jones yesterday, a lot of that's going to come back out, go back into Bitcoin, because, look, nobody wants to miss the rip if the rip happens. Nobody wants to miss that big move. So I think we're going to see today and tomorrow, because it all plays out perfectly, that this thing is about to have another nice little run for speculative assets. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell to be notified, and make sure you hit the like button, and that would help me out tremendously. And this is not financial advice. My name's Bleez. I'm always right, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon.